Hi everybody, welcome to my channel, MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. I'm MaryAnne. Happy Monday's the 6th, 2020, January 6th, 2020. Not quite a week yet, but I'm starting to get in the groove. I hope you are as well. So today we have, for those of you that are new, I'm a tarot reader and I do a daily I Ching coin card message. So feel free to ask a question that might pertain. It's general, but these answer all questions on all levels in all situations, so it's pretty remarkable. And today we have two moving numbers. I have a hair in my eye for some reason, and I think I'll be able to manage, but we'll just have to see how this goes, because I'm not really figuring out where it's going to and leading. And yeah, okay, well, it's fine. I'll just let it happen. So today we have two moving numbers, and the first moving number, maybe I'm not going to be able to do this, or the first card, I should say, that's better, is called Che, I think. I'm not 100% sure. Che? I don't think you pronounce the H. I think it's silent. And it's number 40, and it's titled Removing Obstacles. I absolutely love the sound of that. I hope you do as well. And then the above part of the hexagram is Chen, thunder movement. And below is Kan, water, a pit, and danger. So the message reads, Cha indicates that if no further operations be called for, good fortune is coming back to old conditions. Hallelujah. If some operations be called for, good fortune in the early conducting of them. Okay. I don't remember ever pulling this card since I've started this channel with you. I have throughout the years, but not since October, and I love it. I love the newness of it. So the two moving numbers are 9 in the 4th position, and that reads, remove your toes, new friends will come, there will be mutual confidence. You can see these are metaphorically spoken, to kind of put into your mind and to have you visualize what works in your life in regards to these messages. Remove your toes. New friends will come. There will be mutual confidence. That has a special place in my heart right now because I ask a question every day. And I think I know what that's about. So, and then 6 in the 5th position with a dot for emphasis. The superior man executes his function of removing injurious obstacles. Good fortune, confidence in him will be shown even by small-minded men. Really, really wonderful. We need to remove those obstacles in our life, and that's what I'm doing as we speak. Yes, there's a transformation. It's been a long time coming. It feels great. A little bit awkwardness during the time of it. Yes, not going to lie, but nothing that can't be handled. So the moving hexagram then becomes the non-moving. That becomes Kan. And the number is 29, and the title is The Perilous Pit. And the above part of the hexagram is Kan, water, a pit, and danger. And below is Kan, water, a pit, and danger. Kan here, repeated, shows the possession of sincerity, through which the mind is penetrating. Action will be of high value. Advance will be followed by achievement. Fantastic messages. And yesterday we had a few messages regarding sincerity. Now, I have heard this, and I'm going to repeat it to you, that as we are in the 2020 year of Capricorn, predominantly in a lot of the planets, the very heavy-duty planets like Saturn and Pluto at this point, Jupiter, the Sun is in Capricorn right now as well still, till the end of this month. It's going to be hugely about, as we move forward into Aquarius season, and then next year, the age of Aquarius, we've been hearing about for many, many, many years. It's about complete authenticity and sincerity. We're shedding the labels and a lot of the things that are pretty, pretentious. They're kind of pretentious. So be looking forward to that, and this is very suitable for that. So those are the two I Ching coin messages. Now, this is Monday, and what I do is I do a weekly overall general tarot reading from Monday to Sunday, so that's the 6th today through the 12th, which is Sunday, on 5 topics, one being overall energy, possible obstacles, health, love, and then financial. So let's get with that, shall we? I will use the Art Nouveau Tarot today with those. And like I said, once again, overall general, but very important as we approach our full moon eclipse. Lots of things to be considering, and I'm excited to see what the energies have for us this week and how they will correlate with those full moon and the various planetary aspects happening for us. Let me do a few shuffles here. Hope you're having a great day. I definitely am. I've finished my day at work, so this is what I love to do afterwards, in between sometimes. Now, little story about my new adopted cat that I named Vigor. He's coming around. I got him on Saturday. He's still he's not 100% out yet, but I'm going to give him the full week plus to decide if we are in fact a connection, because he does have a sad kind of a start to his life. He's about 6 months, but I understand he didn't have much of a social, or I don't know all the details and I won't bore you with those, but just saying it's little by little, just starting to feel a little bit, kind of want to give him his space, make sure he's feeling comfortable. One day I hope he'll be in here just strutting his stuff, feeling super comfortable and loved, and you'll be able to see him. So for the first overall general message, we have overall energy. Oh, cool. And we have, very suiting too, the overall energy for this week is going to be the King of Cups. The cups are the water signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. They are our emotions, they are our feelings, they represent our sensitivities. Interestingly enough, the Cancer moon, this full moon eclipse, is also a water sign, and it is the ruler of Cancer is the moon, so there's a lot of synchronistic aspects of this happening already. So that brings to the fore important deep feelings that we may have on any topic in our lives, but can be very, very sweet and loving and vulnerable, and that's always good to be too. Just we need to bring that side to ourselves out. There could be new contacts and relationships, or once again, work situations, or maybe, I don't know, meeting new people you haven't met with these qualities. Expect the emotional aspect of this moon to come out though, because it will, and it's already, I tend to get that way a little bit anyway. I'm perfectly fine during the day, and then I'm just like, why do I want to cry right now? Very fleeting at times, but it's cool. I like feeling emotion. I hope you do too. It's nothing wrong with that. So that's the overall energy of the week. Then we move on to the possible obstacles. As I've said many times, it's how we handle the obstacles that make them the most of an obstacle. So some of the cards will come up that aren't obstacles at all, but there could be a dark, shadowy side to every card, as with every person, and that's perfectly normal too. So let's see what it has. Let me just, one more. Possible obstacles. Okay, so we have the Page of Swords. Now, the swords are the air quality signs and sun signs of Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. And they also represent our thoughts and our thought patterns, our thinking, our words, how we communicate a lot of times through our thoughts, intellectually predominant feelings come from the air quality signs, and cut and dry, pretty much with those swords, the thoughts, the words, the they're pretty right to the point. It has a lot to do with justice, and a lot of times it has a lot to do with truth. So be prepared for that. If it's something you're not aware of, it could have to do a lot of times with court, law cases, things of that nature. So the pages represent, yeah, it's a page. They represent messages. So they bring messages to us, okay? And that will be about a truth that needs to be considered. Now, the obstacle would be not hearing what you're going to hear. If you're completely in the dark and you're not aware, and you're not planning on a specific message, it might take you off guard. It could be an obstacle, I suppose. Just prepare yourself for the unexpected. But it certainly doesn't have to be negative in any way. So that's why it says possible obstacles. So that's a possibility for a majority of you out there coming this week. If it hasn't already happened, it could have happened today as well. So then the next part is going to be our health. Very important. Super important. Overall energy for my beautiful viewers and spirit, letting us know what they can learn about the energies for the health. Okay, I love it. It makes perfect sense. It's the major arcana Temperance. We've talked about this before. Temperance is the card that usually denotes a Sagittarius. It's ruled by Sagittarius, and it's about having the balance, equilibrium. I mean, a lot of times that can be equated to a Libra sign when you see the scales or justice. But this pertains to our inner and outer, equilibrium and keeping the balance and not just on a physical level, I want to say more on a spiritual level too. So above, so below. Just be sure that you're doing things that are going to keep you in balance, whether it be work, home life, personal, private life, how you're eating, how you're exercising, how you're taking care of yourself. Be as temperate as possible. That affects our health enormously on emotional levels. If something's not right, it will definitely affect the physical. So this goes for the body, spirit, and mind. So temperance. You know what that is for you. And that is the health card. So then we have the love. Overall love, general energy for this week. For all of us out there. What do we have? Oh, all right. I wouldn't have expected that. And it's always like, oh no, 10 of Swords. It's not good when you look at the picture. There's no getting around that. I can't, fake my way out of that. However, I've said this before. The swords are our thoughts. This is an air sign quality. Once again, the swords represent the air signs. We think way too much sometimes. We're in our heads. We try to sort everything out, think everything out. We'll lose sleep over it. It's really, I've had it happen, and not even that long ago, where it's just like this loop that you're like, stop already. I thought I already sorted this out. A lot of stresses have come in your life, no doubt. We all deal with those. People stabbing you in the back is kind of an analogy with the swords in the back. But the good news is that that's done. All of those things are done. You're finished with it. It's a new cycle. That's what a 10 is. It represents 1. Take away the 0. Let those thoughts go. I'm telling you, it's only going to do you harm. It's very important to think things through. There's no getting around that either. But once you've thought about it, if for some reason you haven't been able to resolve it, set it aside. Don't let it get to you to the point where you're ill. It's not worth it. It never is. And know that tomorrow's a new day. And that's honestly, as corny as that may sound, it makes perfect sense. In fact, you could feel a certain way in the morning and feel like there's no answer, and by that night you can get one. So be as positive as possible. Know it's a change now. This new moon, or this new eclipse, full moon, will be very, very active in creating that for you too, if that's what you wish. So that is the love card. Well, having said all that, I realize as far as love's concerned, I guess if it had something to do with something that didn't go well, it's for the betterment, right? So I'll reword a little bit here and say that if there were strife and there were some difficulties, it's over. So that's a good thing. That's an excellent thing as far as love. You can start again. You can start with someone new. You can start with the person you're with in your marriage. You might find newness in your relationship coming through. The Cancer moon is perfect for that. It's got that emotion. We already talked about that. It definitely represents love. So there's definite correlations here. Don't be concerned, okay? And if it does mean that you end a relationship, promise you it's going to be for the best. It's the new cycle starting. Okay? Mostly and most important too is yourself, loving yourself. If you've had some self-doubts or you're not feeling, good about yourself for some reason, let that go too. Because if you like you, someone else is going to. I can promise you that. And then last is financial. Overall financial. I've gotten a lot of pentacles with readings with you out there and in here, and just, it's that time, it's that year. Putting aside and having some real solid plans as to how you want to invest or how you want to set things aside for your future. Got a couple of cards wanting to come up. I really wanted to pull this one. I've got to do it. I don't know why. I don't know why I did that either. Now I'm curious. Let me do the top one as well. Wow, talk about night and day. Maybe I should have just stuck with that. So the first one I felt I had to pull was the Tower. And we got that yesterday? Day before? That says a lot for coming up twice. I don't know what that's about, other than change is imminent. And trust me, it is not a bad thing. You got the 10 here, starting the new cycle. You've got the eclipses always eclipse things out of our lives that are not to our highest good. And bringing the new and the fresh in the beginning. So that's what this is about. And I think it's fantastic, especially followed by the card that I was going to pick before I felt so inspired. The Ace of Cups. Wow. Now, it could be pertaining to love, of course. That's usually how we look at the cups because of the emotional part. But the Ace of Cups is a gift. It can come in the form of love, but it can absolutely come in the form of finances. Once you get rid of these things that are not serving you, this comes through. You've got the hand from the universe coming out, or God, or whoever you choose to believe, saying, here, right in front of you. Don't overlook this. That's a beautiful couple of, like I said, boy, it seems extreme, but at the same time, maybe not so much. So those are your overall general tarot readings energies for this week. I hope that makes sense to, well, everybody, but if it doesn't, you don't know quite yet. See how it is at the end of the week, okay? That'll really be the deciding factor. And so let me just pull one more thing, and that's the Attractor card to keep this beautiful manifestation happening, because I'm going to do it every single day, and I really think it's going to help us to create that life that we really want. If we think it and feel it, we can make it so. I'm not going to do a bunch of shuffling here. I'm just going to pull this one right now. When I live and act from a place of spiritual alignment, I can trust that everything is working out for me. Even if I don't know when or how it will happen, I've pulled this before since I've gotten this deck, but I love getting that one. Having that faith and trust, it's so important. Just know it's coming. You don't have to know when or how. That was really cool. Those are beautiful, beautiful messages. And I just thank you so much for sharing some time with me. And once again, I will be here every day. And if you want to, push that notification bell, it does let you know when I've uploaded, because there are different times during the day. But that would be awesome. Please like and subscribe as well. That definitely helps and supports me. So for the rest of the evening, enjoy yourself. I look forward to being back here tomorrow for you. And until then, bye for now.